Hey guys, Awesome Posh Films here, and I am back with another Diary of Wimpy Kid reading. So the last one I did was the Dark Web Saga, and that one actually got quite a lot of views. I mean, 80 views might not seem much if you're like a popular YouTuber, but to me, I think it might have actually been my most popular video, which is why I'm doing another one today. So today I'm doing Frank's Night Out, which is I don't know who it's by, but it might say at the top two. Okay, I don't know if that actually made it, but I'm going to be starting right now, right, April 30th. This has been the worst night of my life. I can't tell anyone what I've done tonight, not even Manny. Even a 3-year-old knows what I've done is horrific, but I can't keep this to myself. That's why I'm writing in this diary, to keep my sanity. The night started out fine. Me and Robert went out to drink and watch some baseball, but things started getting out of hand. After I left to go to the bathroom, I sat down, took a sip of my beer. However, it tasted funny. I didn't think much of it at first, but then I started feeling woozy. Before I knew it, I was out. I woke up in the trunk of a car. I had no idea how I got there or how much time had passed. All I knew is that I was in trouble, and I had to get out of there. I tried banging on the walls and screaming, but no one could hear me. There was no use trying, so I decided to wait it out. After waiting in the dark for a few minutes, I noticed I was missing my pants. They must have been stolen by the owner of the car. I could only wonder what they want with me, or what they were going to do to me. I also remembered what Susan had said to me earlier. Don't stay out too late. You have to take Greg to school tomorrow. Looks like that's not happening. After around half hour of driving, the car finally stopped. I overheard some talking from outside, but couldn't make out any words. Suddenly, the door was open. A man tied a bandana around my eyes and led me into a dingy garage. I could tell I was in the bad part of Plainview. I had only been here to buy weed buy weed sometimes for when Greg is an asshole, or when Manny goes on his rants about Fox News. I'm not gonna lie, I was very scared. I was then led into a room and kicked to the ground. Then my blindfold was taken off. I couldn't believe who was in front of me. It was Robert Jefferson, the man who I had been drinking with just hours earlier, the man I had lived next to for 20 years. I had no idea what he would want from me. We've been friends for so long, until he reminded me, You fucked my wife, Frank. Oh, shit. I didn't think he'd ever find out. Yes, me and Linda had an affair, I can't deny that, but it only lasted a few weeks, since neither of us could live with the guilt. But still, I had no idea how Robert could have known until he said, Manny told me. Manny, that little shit, apparently walked in on me and Linda, and then called Robert a cucktard. How does he even know what that means? Okay, this is a bit weird. Anyways, Robert didn't clearly take that news well. He kicked Linda out, and now Rowley is in therapy. You ruined my life, so now I'm going to ruin yours. He had no idea how correct he was right there, and I would have never guessed what he meant by it. Knock him out, Benny. I had a short bound of consciousness, but couldn't grasp what was going on. The world was spinning. All I heard was beeping and the muffled sounds of people talking. I fell asleep again, dipping in and out of consciousness every so often, but still, I couldn't understand what was happening. The last thing I recall was being dragged down the hallway. I woke back up in some kind of janitor's supply closet, with a searing pain in my lower half. Took me some time to get to be able to grasp the situation. Reaching down, I felt my burning groin. It was gone, reduced to atoms. There was nothing there. It was smooth, so horrifically smoothed. My penis was gone. Okay, these fan fictions are just getting so weird lately. I mean, I know this one wasn't made lately. I'm pretty sure this is a quite old one, but why was this made? I mean, it's a good one, but that's just weird. Anyway, I was in shock, to say the least, but I couldn't just lay on the floor and cry about my missing manhood. I had to get out of there. I mustered up the strength. I still had to pull myself up and peer through the keyhole. It seemed that the only thing keeping me in was a locked door. The Benny kid was guarding it. I knew I had to get crafty. Everything okay, Benny? Yep, I sold his pants to that yogurt guy. Yeah, so my pants are now in the hands of some yogurt guy, whatever that means. There was more pressing issues at hand. I searched the supply closet for anything that I might be able to use. The closest didn't have much, mostly just cleaning supplies, tools, and some godforsaken reason a half-empty bottle of lube. Armed with a mop handle and a bottle of Windex, I was ready to... Oh, I see. Come out of the closet. I get why it's crossed out now. Make my escape. Yes, I tied a cloth around my neck to look more badass. The door was locked, so I had to somehow trick Benny into opening it up. For some reason, this was the first idea to pop into my head. My cock hole is leaking. Somehow it worked. Benny ran to get some duct tape for my issue. When he opened the door, I attacked. After knocking Benny unconscious with my mop, as well as possibly blinding the poor kid, I picked up a shotgun and knocked down the hall. I definitely wasn't in the same place I'd been before. I was knocked unconscious and my dick was detached. Jefferson Country Club Clover Excellence Award, alright. Didn't take long to find out I was in the basement of the Jefferson's Country Club. I can't read today or pronounce anything. But why would Robert take me here? I quietly moved towards the end of the hallway where the staircase is. Right now, I was on a mission to retrieve my stolen schlong, but I had never been down here before. Still, I heard somewhere that a penis can be reattached if it happens within a few hours of amputation, so I continued forward. I figured my manhood had been hidden somewhere close to Robert. It was just a matter of finding his office, but as I reached the stairwell, I looked into the room to the right of me and saw something I did not expect. Robert was running a fully decked out meth lab in the basement of his country club. It was like some shit you'd see in Breaking Bad. I was about to say, what is this Breaking Bad? No wonder the Jeffersons were so rich. The country club seemed to be some type of money laundering scheme for his drug business. As I stood in awe of the lab, I was frightened by this sound of an alarm overhead. Robert must have found out that I was gone. I had to make a run for it. The castrated man is on the loose. Into the meth lab I went. I ran into the lab. Inside there was a set of stairs leading to a catwalk. I sprinted up the stairs as I heard Robert's guard coming down the hallway. Around the corner was Robert's office. However, as I turned the bend, the door slowly opened. As I looked around, his guards were all over the entrance. Robert trapped me. I was a pawn in this game. Menacingly, he stepped onto the catwalk. Well, I've been expecting you, Frank Heffley. Why don't you follow me into my office? I had no choice. After being ordered to give my shotgun up, I sat down in front of Robert's desk. Robert took his seat at the other side. Robert began to lecture me about how he planned to get the revenge out. I can't. Oh my god, I keep saying words that aren't even there. He had started plotting weeks ago and revealed something shocking. Linda wasn't kicked out of the house. Linda is dead. Oh no. I don't know if this should really be shown, but and I'm gonna be the next one to go after he's done torturing me, at least. For now, Robert stated there were two things he wanted me to see. I couldn't believe my ears when he listed the first course of action. I'm going to eat your penis, Frank. But Robert, wouldn't that make you gay? Oh yeah. He's kind of not wrong. Seemed I mentioned the one fatal flaw with his plan. With Robert distracted, I grabbed a pen from his desk and lunged at him. I stabbed Robert in the neck with his pen and hid behind his desk. Picking up his pistol, I prepared for a shootout with his guards. Robert was writhing, I don't know how to say that word, on the floor, with blood spurting out of his neck. I couldn't believe what I had done. I didn't want him to die, but I was too preoccupied to help him. I heard footsteps coming towards the room, followed by a voice I did not expect to hear. I must be going into a castration-induced manic episode. Thought to myself, You've been more vigilant than I expected. I guess I have to take matters into my own hands. Yeah, as the door opened, my fears were confirmed. Susan? I was shocked. My wife, the mother of my children, was trying to kill me. I mean, I know what I did was wrong, but I never thought Susan finding out would lead her over the edge as it has. Give me the penis, Frank. The bullet hit my finger, blasting it right off as I clutched my hand in pain. Susan ran over and grabbed my severed penis. Susan ran out the door. I knew she was going to. I knew what she was. No, I knew what she was going to do with my dick. And I knew she was going to do awful with my dick. So I picked up Robert's gun and pushed myself up. I stumbled out the office to see Susan dangling my penis over the vat of acid. There was only one thing I could do to save my penis. I shot Susan straight in the heart, but it didn't matter. My penis fell right into the acid. I killed my wife for nothing, yet it felt different than I expected. Adrenaline surged through my body. The idea of taking a life was so horrific, so taboo, yet so exciting. It was a pleasure greater than any orgasm I'd ever experienced. I was filled with an urge for more. I shot Robert's guards without remorse. Every last one. Most of them were teenagers who worked at a country club, so they hesitated to shoot me, making them easy targets. Where are my balls, Benny? Robert ate them. Wrong answer, fat ass. Everyone was dead. I dragged Susan's body out of the country club and put her in my trunk. It was 4 a.m. I grabbed a shovel from home and drove to a forest outside of Plainview. I buried Susan. Afterwards, I parked outside the local strip club where I began writing this diary. Since then, some things have happened. I went home and picked up Manny, Roderick, and Greg. Can live on their own, but Manny needs to be dealt with. He's the only reason my penis has gone after all. I threw Manny out of the window. Yeet. I needed to get away, so I drove onto the highway. And so oh my god, and so I drove out of Plainview. I can't write where I'm going in case anyone reads this. Well, I'm reading it. But I'm going to find somewhere where no one can find me. That's actually pretty cool. I did not know that was even possible on Imgur, or however you pronounce it. I didn't know you could actually do that. Somewhere I can kill in peace. The end. Well, that was Frank's Night Out. This was actually my first time actually reading this one, because when I read The Dark Web, I'd already read it before, just not recorded. I haven't recorded myself saying it as I read it, but that was Frank's Night Out. That was my first time I'd actually read it, so it was a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know it was gonna be, I knew it wasn't gonna be like a normal Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. I knew it was gonna have some like adult themes in it, but not like that though. But that was actually a pretty good one, and at the end that was actually pretty cool. But that was Frank's Night Out. If you have any suggestions for what I should read next, just mention them in the comments. And this has been Awesome Plush Films, and I'll see you next time.